Hello and welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to record this session because it's one that I've not done before and quite an interesting one. I do really hope you can hear me over the sound of this trainer. I'm basically 20 minutes, or I've got a 20-minute warm-up now, and then into what Harry's put on the training plan is a Zwift race. I've done maybe one or two Zwift races when I first ever got Zwift, but that was, you know, months ago now, so I wouldn't really count them and I weren't really going too hard at them. I've joined a category B race. It's about 23 or 24 kilometers. I'm gonna obviously do this warm up and then get straight into it. I'll try and record some of it, but to be honest with you, I'm probably gonna be so dead that if I forget, I do apologise. And if I do forget, you know that I was really suffering. My goals with the race itself isn't to try and push like a new FTP or anything like that. It's really annoying. I did make a video about why I chose a budget trainer, obviously because main reason being I had a budget, and it's brilliant, the trainer for training stuff, but when it comes to Zwift races it's really annoying because I can't, say if I got into the front pack and held with them, if any of them have good trainers, they can just literally rip their legs off and just hammer some power up to whatever watts, you know, up to like 1,000, over 1,000 watts as a sprint. With this trainer, because it's wheel on, as in the wheels on a roller, rather than being like direct drive, if I tried to put down like 1,000 watts, the wheel will just jump and spin, and it'll be really hard to get it to, you kind of have to gradually build up to that, which, you know, for a sprint finish is rubbish. So long story short, my goal for this race is to see if I can make the front pack and then just stick with the front pack until the end. I don't care where I come, just as long as I can stick with the front pack, I'll be happy. Let's get going and see what the old legs can do. Just whilst you're watching me suffer on Zwift during this ride, I thought there's basically a few updates that I wanted to make sure that I run through in this video basically. As I've mentioned in previous videos, this is just documenting all the positive, negatives, any updates, just the whole journey to completing my first iron distance event. So to start with, we are currently about 18 weeks out from the full iron distance event, which is creeping closer and closer. I started this kind of journey, probably double this, maybe like 36 weeks ago. So, you know, we're probably about halfway through training. There's definitely so far been ups and downs, positive and negatives, and a lot of lessons that I've learned. So to start with, let's just talk about a few things to do with racing and the Ironman itself. So I have now booked my accommodation. So me, myself and Autumn, my partner, we're going to be heading down on the Friday and racing on the Sunday. So obviously you can get ready, get your bike racked and collect your race number and stuff on the Saturday and have a practice swim. That has made it feel very, very real now, which is a little bit scary. We're staying about 2 or 3 miles away from the actual race itself. So yeah, so everything's kind of all set and ready for that in terms of logistics and stuff. Obviously we're driving down there, it's only about 2.5 or 3 hours away from my house, so that's all good, and that's quite a big update. Secondly is I'm actually looking at another race, which is on the 23rd of May, which is obviously in only like 2 months or so. This one's called the Big East Triathlon. Now Harry, my coach, as I said in previous videos, again, link in the description below if you want to go out and see his videos. He's got lots of videos around triathlon, and he's very, very knowledgeable. But he suggested that I get a couple of races under my belt before doing the full iron distance event. Main reasons being it gives you less to worry about on Ironman day. You've already done a triathlon, you know about transitions, you know about simple things like collecting your race number and racking your bike and things that I've never done before. So this is kind of a local one. This is only about 30 minutes away from me. It's a middle distance-ish event, so it's a 1,600 metre swim into a 90k bike and then a 20k run. So it's basically a middle distance event. Again, that's only in 2 months, so that's going to be really, really exciting and something that, again, I'll be able to document and log, and that kind of gives me some base numbers as to what I can do going forward for Ironman. So that's really, really exciting. I'm really excited to share that. And then obviously, you know, that's going to hopefully be some quite cool content that we can do. We can do pre-race, post-race sort of videos along with race day. And kind of bring you along for that journey. We will probably be looking at another race or another event in June. Not sure what that one's going to be yet. I haven't really looked into it. But again, that hopefully be another race day video that we could do and give us some more results, which will be really, really cool. Some other things. So this week has been quite a good week with training, and I wanted to make sure that I log this because it's probably been the best week so far in training in terms of how it's felt. I'll just give you a few examples of some of the sort of sessions that I've done and why they felt so good. So on Monday we had aero drills, which, you know, aero positions feeling solid. On Tuesday we then had a ladder interval session, which I actually made a video about, which you can see up in the cards above. That felt insane, felt really, really good. All my hard efforts in that were, you know, it was getting stronger throughout the session. Again, just felt really, really good. Wednesday we had this horrible, I say horrible, it was a really, really hard group workout on Zwift with the T3 guys. When I first initially looked at the session, I thought there is no way that I'm going to be able to complete this, and I did, which is really, really cool. Then it was just an easy run on Thursday. Friday was a long run, which I did an hour and a half, about 10 miles. On Saturday, a 3-hour base ride. I haven't actually been out on my TT bike for 3 hours on the road, so I thought I'll take the TT bike out and see what it feels like being out for a longer sort of spin on the bike. I averaged 20 miles an hour going easy or fairly easy, so it was 60 miles total in just less than 3 hours. Again, that felt solid. It felt easy being on my bike. The one thing, in fact 2 things that I did want to touch on with that session, although it felt really, really good, I made a silly mistake, a rookie mistake. I don't know why I did this, but I didn't bring out any nutrition with me. I didn't have anything in the house, and I thought, oh, it's only an easy, we all do it. Everyone's done it. I went out and thought, you know, it's only an easy spin, I'll be okay. I wasn't. After about 2 hours, my legs started getting quite fatigued and holding position felt harder because I just didn't have energy. The second thing, which again could have been linked to not having nutrition, was my neck by the end was so sore. From holding it up the whole time. I had some food after and my neck felt fine, my legs felt fine, so I think it was probably just a nutritional thing and something that I need to sort out and I need to practice. And then that leads into today's session, which you're currently watching, which is obviously the Zwift race, where if you keep watching, you'll find out some power numbers that I hit, and then I have a run off the bike, which again felt solid, but carry on watching and you'll find out what the numbers were then. This has probably been one of the bigger volume weeks that I've done so far, especially in terms of running. So I ran near enough 30 miles this week and about 4 hours of running. Bikes just over 6 hours and about 130 miles, which is solid. Obviously no swimming, unfortunately, and then 2 strength sessions and 2 stretch sessions, which has definitely been one of the bigger training weeks and kind of why I wanted to go through it with you. But I kind of felt like I've been soaking up the training really well and actually been getting stronger throughout the week, which is really, really good signs and definitely what I want to be seeing, so really happy about that. But anyway, that was just some quick updates that I wanted to make, and I thought might make watching me suffer a little bit more interesting, and I don't have to waffle at the end of the video with you just staring at me. So back to the video, and then we'll go through some more numbers at the end with today's results. So, first thoughts after that. Oh my god, I need to learn how to race if I ever wanted to race. From what it looks like, people tend to go a little bit easier on the flat sections, and as soon as it gets to a climb, they step on it. We got to the first climb, obviously I didn't realise that, another rookie error from my half, but they did that, they stepped on it as soon as the climb came, and it was quite a big one. And as soon as, you know, you're going to have to, if they're putting in 5 to 6 watts per kilo, which I could have done, and I started to do, but as soon as they're a little bit ahead, there's no chance of getting that gap back up, especially if they're in a pack. So, made a silly error there, and I think that dropped me down to about, I don't know, 28th, 29th, 30th, something like that. I ended up coming in at 22nd, so I managed to pick a few guys off as it went, and I averaged 282 watts, which is about 3.8 or 3.9 watts per kilos for me, which I'm extremely happy with for about 40 minutes, which is a PR for me. My 5-minute power was 317 watts, 10-minute was 297, 20-minute was 291, and then obviously the 40 minutes was 282. So overall, not bad and a solid effort, and now I've somehow got to run with jelly legs, which is going to be very fun and interesting. So I'll go out, get that done, and then come back and we can talk about how the run went with jelly legs. There is a few efforts in it. I will quickly, whilst I'm here. 10 minutes easy jog, 5 minutes at a zone 3 heart rate, 60 seconds easy, 6 minutes at zone 3 heart rate, 60 seconds easy, 7 minutes at zone 3 heart rate, and then a 10-minute easy jog, which is in total 40 minutes long. So I better get that going quickly. See you in a bit. That is the run finished. I've got home, had a shower, I got some food. I did sit on the sofa for a couple of hours resting my legs. Initial thoughts of how it went. I haven't actually done sort of a harder workout on the bike into a run yet, and run efforts as well. I've only done easy ride into easy run, so it's interesting to basically see what it would feel like running off sort of tired legs. First sort of 3, 4, 5 minutes of the run were horrible. My legs just didn't feel there, felt heavy, felt like I was just kind of a bit sluggish. But after sort of the 5 minutes or so, I really settled into it, and to be honest, felt solid. Again, as usual, I'll put the typical Strava screenshots that I tend to do every video, along with some numbers, which I'm sure you're probably all bored of by now. And the reason I kind of want to make sure that I noted this was to do with my heart rate and perceived effort, and sort of the pacing and kind of how it all links together. So you would have thought that my legs would have been fatigued after them efforts, and I'd be running potentially slower, or my heart rate would be a lot higher. But something weird that I found, and there's got to be a reason for this, but my first sort of 10 minutes, I did go out really, really slow, and my heart rate was really, really low. But then as I went into my efforts, I actually struggled to get my heart rate up, which was a bit weird for quite a while. So for sort of the first 5-minute effort that I did at zone 3 heart rate, I was pushing, so from all my efforts, I pushed around a 6:10 minute per mile, which usually my heart rate would be sort of pushing into threshold, if not in threshold, well into threshold sort of heart rate zone. But I was pushing it, and my heart rate just didn't seem to increase. I don't know why that is. I don't know whether it was because my legs were already warmed up or what, to be honest. But it was quite interesting and something that I thought I would note. Maybe someone can let me know if you know. But yeah, overall, really, really solid brick session. And like I say, it was one that I wanted to log because it's quite an interesting one, doing a Zwift race straight into a run, and I wasn't quite sure how it was going to go. To be honest with you, I was hoping for a bit more of a disaster and it to feel horrific, but it felt really good. If you have any video suggestions, please do let me know in the comments, because I really, really would like to know them. I don't want to just make videos on the assumption that people might like them. I'd rather know that people want to see them or useful information from this journey. Again, I don't want to just guess that people want to know about certain things if they don't want to know about them. I'd rather inform people on things that they want to know about. So if you liked the video, please make sure you hit that like button. Like I say, comment below if you want. Subscribe if you wish. It is free and you can change your mind at any time. And it makes me feel rather good. And as I've said in some previous videos, subscriber count is growing slowly, but we're getting there. And yeah, it's really, really cool seeing some people interact in the comments and ask questions. So I'm really, really enjoying it. So I think that is all, and I shall end the video here. Again, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one for some more triathlon related content.